2021 has the makings to be a big year for RPG fans. However, this heavily depends on production schedules, as many of the following games do not have a set release date as of now. While we've seen games released early to much disappointment, we hope developers take their time and release the games when they feel they are ready. Here are our top 10 RPGs scheduled to release in 2021. YZ9 Monstrum Nox. The YZ series has gained an increased following in recent years, particularly due to the recent release of YZ8 Lacrimosa of Dana, as well as remasters and compilations making earlier titles easily accessible. As always, the game features protagonist Adol Kristen alongside a varied cast of characters. Although the games feature the same main character, there is no need to play all the previous titles to understand the story. Having been released in Japan, it has been noted to have a strong exploration element as well as a balanced difficulty. Gotham Knights. We knew the Batman Arkham series had come to an end, but we have all been waiting for what was next. Gotham Knights takes things up a notch despite being separate from the Arkham series. This time around, Gotham is left to the Bat family as players take control of Batgirl, Robin, Nightwing, and Red Hood. In this action RPG, each of the characters have different movesets and playstyles, though players can only use one character at a time. However, the game features a drop-in competitive feature for 2-player co-op. We are extremely excited to experience the Batman universe through the lens of different characters with increased RPG mechanics and alongside a co-op partner. Bravely Default 2. Bravely Default 2 is the latest game in the franchise following Bravely Default and Bravely Second. Despite having the number 2 in the title, this game is actually the third game in the series, though is unrelated to the first 2 titles. The game continues to use the franchise's turn-based battle system and class job system. With improved graphics and producers revisiting the series after the success of Octopath Traveler, Bravely Default 2 looks to bring the series to the forefront of JRPGs. For those looking to check it out, there is currently a demo available on the Nintendo eShop. Scarlet Nexus. Scarlet Nexus is the latest action RPG from Bandai Namco. Armed with a unique aesthetic and setting, the game features a dual story in which you can select between 2 characters whose stories intertwine with one another. The game pits you against mutants from the sky known as Others. Players will have access to psychokinetic abilities to dispatch these enemies. With fast-paced combat, slick visuals, and what appears to be a decent story, we can't wait to get our hands on Scarlet Nexus. Ruined King, a League of Legends story. We all know how big League of Legends has gotten over the years, so it comes as a surprise to no one to see the universe continue to expand. Ruined King, a League of Legends story is a turn-based RPG featuring familiar champions like Miss Fortune, Alawi, Bomb, and Pyke as playable characters. The game is developed by Airship Syndicate, the makers of Battle Chasers Night War. Ruined King could be a great gateway for non-League of Legends players to take interest in the MOBA, which may have seemed a bit daunting before. Regardless, we are looking forward to seeing Airship Syndicate take on such a renowned IP. Digimon Survive. Digimon Survive brings another Digimon video game to life, this time in a relatively unique manner. Digimon Survive, as the name implies, is a survival strategy RPG. The game features different phases which essentially amount to story, survival decisions, free time, and battles. Perhaps the most interesting part of Digimon Survive is that the player's decisions play a large role in the game. Decisions can result in characters dying, changing the Digivolution process, and generally altering the path of the story, which features multiple endings. Digimon Survive seems to take the series down a darker path than usual, and we're here for it. Tales of Arise. The Tales series has had its ups and downs, but its games are a relatively consistent, high-quality affair. While everyone's favorites vary from game to game, the series' memorable characters and quality combat systems usually do enough to keep the game interesting by themselves. Throw in narratives that are a bit more mature than your usual JRPGs, and the Tales series is in a niche in itself. With this entry, the Tales series is utilizing Unreal Engine 4, which should provide for an improved graphical quality compared to previous titles. While the series appears to be evolving with this new installment, we do hope that Tales of Arise keeps the same old Tales charm that we all know and love. Shin Megami Tensei 5. Yes, it's finally coming. One of the first games ever announced for the Nintendo Switch is finally making its way to the console later this year. While the mainline series of Shin Megami Tensei has been overshadowed by its more vibrant spin-off, Persona, Shin Megami Tensei 5 remains one of the most anticipated RPGs of 2021. While not a lot of details have been revealed about the game so far, the announcement trailer has confirmed that this entry will stay true to the rest of the mainline games in terms of theme. Specifically, it appears that a darker tone will remain. A big city setting, Tokyo, is still present, and a post-apocalyptic event seems to be occurring. With the series being known for its more difficult gameplay, demon recruitment, and demon fusing, we look forward to learning more about the title. Nier Replicant. While 2017's Nier Automata received critical acclaim, the original Nier game from 2010 ended up as a bit of a cult classic. While the Nier games may be a spin-off from the Drakengard series, the games do a lot to stand out on their own. Nier Replicant, specifically titled Nier Replicant version 1.22474487139, is a high-definition remaster of the original game, but not in the way that you think. The original Nier that released in the West was Nier Gestalt, whereas the original Nier Replicant was a Japanese-only release. With the success of Nier Automata, we hope that Nier Replicant captures more of the audience this time around. Persona 5 Strikers. We already mentioned the Persona series when looking at Shin Megami Tensei 5, but this younger brother is not going to be outdone. Persona 5 was one of the most highly regarded games when it released in 2017, and Persona 5 Royal held the same regard in 2020. It should come as no surprise then that Persona 5 Strikers is one of the most anticipated games of 2021. As a hack-and-slash RPG, Persona 5 Strikers is a sequel to the events of Persona 5, making it pretty much a must-play for any fans of the game. Despite being a departure from the series' usual turn-based battle system, the hack-and-slash gameplay should be a breath of fresh air. Or at least we hope it is. There you have it, that's 10 RPGs that we are looking forward to in 2021. Are you looking forward to any of the games we mentioned? Are there any that we missed? Let us know in the comments down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe and to hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload.